Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people of the universe, we are here. The time has come. I've been talking about this roundtable for weeks. I've been looking forward to it for weeks because it's such a topic that needs to be discussed and needs to be brought to the forefront because it goes so deep and it's a big issue. Ladies and gentlemen, the men's mental talk is here. And I have some lovely brothers with me today. I got two out of the well, it's three out of four of that 301 outlet here today. Me, Darien, and Marcus present. And then I have my boy, my brother, Mr. Abraham Johnson in the building. I got my boy Kada in the
It's
building.
Kada. Why
Kada,
are you saying
Kada,
Kada for? Why are
Kada.
you saying Kada for? Why are you saying Kada?
Oh my God.
I knew you get triggered. And my boy D Man in
What's
the
up?
building. So
What's up?
we are gonna start with something very, very simple. We're gonna go around the room and everybody just talk about a one instance of where they felt like they were in a weird spot, like they were misunderstood. They had feelings that not only they couldn't describe, but like even trying to say it out, nobody would get it. So I have a number system here. I was numbering everybody as they come in. So basically, here are the numbers and the sign to everybody. So Arnold is one, Darien is two, AJ is three, Mark is four, and D Man is five. And I have a random number generator. Just gonna keep it organized. It's just better to do that. So the first one I am going to go with is number three, AJ.
Bro, I had a gut feeling he was going to draw number three. I had a gut feeling. I was like,
Alrighty, brother.
watch, it's going to be
So
me.
I want you to talk about an experience where you were kind of in a bad state, didn't have really anyone to really talk to, and you were kind of really just confused. You were just it's just a bad time, man. Go ahead and tell your experience, man. Ready for it.
Wow. I guess I can say last year, uh, I think right when the pandemic hit, March, I was like struggling to, it's like find a job after the nonprofit organization I was in called Year Up. Graduated from the program.
That program,
Yeah, the program that I graduated, and I actually graduated on my dad's birthday on January 24th. So it was a happy day, but after that, I don't know, my mind just went through it. Um, my sister and my mom, there was kind of like concern about my no about my mental health. So no, they was just worried about what's going on with me because I was just in the house trying to find like my sanity, trying to find these jobs, trying to find any kind of internship or any contract opportunity. But that when the pandemic hit, everybody was losing their jobs. People was filing for unemployment. People was losing their house. The whole entire world was, well, mentally they was going through it. A lot of people really don't understand what someone's going through mentally wise. So they don't know they're going through like anxiety, stress, depression, bipolar depression. But I knew deep down inside like I needed help because I dealt with losses in my family, especially was losing my dad and my grandmother, my cousins, my godmother, my aunt, uncle. My mom was going through it. Plus, was me feeling like my life was complacent, feeling like I'm not seeing any progress in my life. My mind is like always want to be like on go. Like I want to see something different in my life. I'm tired of I was mentally tired of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. I feel like my mind was going to like a tailspin or like a downward spiral. So me and my mom, we had a conversation. It's like, I think you need help. And we just had a deep discussion about what's going through like my mind. Cause most people don't know that I was born with a learning disability. So I've never gotten this assistance that I need after I graduated from high school, which I didn't know at the time until my sister and my mom told me that I should have gotten assistance for my disability, but I had no idea at the time until now, or a couple years back, because my sister told me about it 2 years ago about this program called Doors, it's a Department of Rehabilitation Services. So we kind of started around, actually, yeah, around 2019. So like about like 2 years ago. Yeah, about like 2 years ago when we got started. But yeah, I went to go see a psychiatrist. And yeah, I told him the things I was going through. He asked me a lot of personal questions. Went to a lot of uh, like psychiatric psychological tests. See what's going on with me. Uh, yeah, I just told him like how badly I was depressed. I have so many goals in my life that I want to accomplish, but I just can't see myself accomplishing my goals. And I was just beating myself down. Like my own I'm my own biggest supporter slash I'm my own biggest critic. Like I hold myself to like such a high degree or such a big expectation that I expect myself to accomplish my goals, but sometimes I just like criticize myself like I can't see myself doing that. Or maybe I can't do this or maybe I can't do that. But now I come to terms to having a mindset of like or living through a philosophy of like not going through going through life without living any kind of regrets. Because I know like everyone doesn't want to live their life with feeling regretful or questioning themselves or questioning their life like, oh, I could have done this or I could have done that. I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want my life to pass me by. No, I don't want to like have my life to be complacent. That's some of the things that for my psychiatrist that like I want to see progress. I want to see progress in my life. Like I want to go back to school. I want to accomplish my goals. I want to get into IT. I want to get my certifications. I want to get my associate's degree. I want to get my bachelor's degree. Like I told him my thoughts, my dreams, and he just looked at me and he just started writing things down. Like like a psychiatrist would, like you see in the movies. Like interesting. And he told me straight to my face, like I hear your passion, but I just can't see you doing that. You can go to like some kind of alternate school, but you completing with your 2-year degree, I just can't see that happen. Like I just like what the test that we yeah, so long story short, sometimes I'm misunderstood, but it's up to me to prove those people wrong. But that's all I'd say.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Story of going through a lot of hurt, being casted as different, and having to come to the terms with that, and also other side thing like your dad passed, your family passed, and that's never easy, man. And I remember I was with you when your dad passed, and that was something, man. That's how I knew we were brothers, man. Like when certain moments like that, it's like like I mean remember as you were talking about it, I was kind of getting the feels myself too. But
Yeah.
that's good, man. Glad to see that you took the necessary steps and you're kind of comfortable with coming out like that because not a lot of people are. And that's why I even did this men's mental health talk to have these conversations, to bring up these stories, to have certain people like you that's been through certain things talk, and it's just great to hear. But before we go on, my boy Big Sue is in the call.
Yo.
Big Sue, how are you, my
Eh?
guy?
Big Zuladon.
Hey guys, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. I'm cooling. I'm cooling.
Good, nice to see you cooling, brother. Since you
Mm-hmm.
kind of hopped in, I'm gonna just put you on the spot.
Alrighty.
So I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think mental health for men is not taken seriously.
I think the reason why is because like as men, like we're looked at as, oh, we're not supposed to put our emotions towards things, or like, oh, we're supposed to like let shit go, or like not be ourselves, be tough and all that junk. But it's like in actuality, it's like we have feelings too, we have emotions too, like we go through a lot of shit. Like it's hard, like then that's why I like expressing myself so much, because like as y'all know, like I'm a very expressive person. Like I like to like talk about the things I like. I like to talk about my feelings. I like to do all that junk.
Very animated for sure.
Exactly, exactly. And so it's like when you see people try to act tough, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, are you acting like yourself, or are you just putting on this facade so you can look cool in front of everybody? Like, I always tell people, as a man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to show your emotions. Like, it's okay to like be yourself, because like nobody's gonna clown you. Like, again, we live in a time where it's like it's okay to be open with your emotions, especially as a man too, because back then it wasn't pretty cool, because it's like you're supposed to be a manly man, you're supposed to act tough, you're supposed to be cool, this, that, and the third. But it's like as you grow older, you're just like, bro, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to show what you like and what you don't like as a man. Like, at the end of the day, all I'm just saying is you just got to be yourself. That's all.
Being yourself is always the winning formula, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Mr. D Man, brother. Mr. Motivational Speaker. I want to hear your take on this, my guy, because I'll be honest with you, you be motivating me. Like I be seeing your posts, man, and like I said, it be getting me through the day sometimes. So I definitely want to hear your stance on why is it like when it comes to us guys, it's hard for us to kind of really express these needed emotions, to have these open conversations where we have these safe spaces to really be ourselves. Because I notice with a lot of guys, we kind of project a fake, altered version of ourselves. And we're not willing to admit that we have, these traumas, these issues, and everything. So I really just want to hear your piece on that.
Okay, kind of piggybacking off the what the last knowledgeable brother spoke about, how sometimes being a man, there's a so-called way that we're supposed to be perceived or a way we're supposed to act, like not show emotions, and I feel like that's pressure on its own because usually when you hide what's going on within you, it can be detrimental because sometimes somebody might snap at the wrong time. Then also men being leaders, we're in society where the leaders, we're supposed to lead. We're not supposed to show weakness. We're not supposed to show ourselves vulnerable and stuff like that. So I guess we've been pigeonholed into a corner whereby we have to stand and make ourselves be something that we're told to be as opposed to trying to be or being who we really are. And um I've been learning myself, like, I don't want to be anybody else but me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not. So I feel like when it comes to that whole mental and the pressure that comes with being a man, like it's really about discovering yourself. That to me, that's what life is. I feel like nowadays society, that pressure, a lot of dudes, they act a particular way that they're not. Some dudes try to act like they're tough, they go hard, and they're putting on a persona just to look a particular way or be perceived by people who really don't care. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm learning how to just tap into myself. I'm learning how to discover myself and be who I want to be as opposed to being told, being who I'm told to be or being what society says I should look like, because I feel like when you try to pretend to be something you're not, it's like putting smoke inside, covering smoke with glass. The smoke is going to find a way to creep out. You can't cover smoke. As much as you try, smoke will creep out. So I feel like as much as someone tries to pretend or act to be something they're not, eventually their true colors will show. Eventually they're gonna start cracking. So I mean, I feel like those are some of the reasons why in our society, men are peer pressure. They don't want to look weak. They care about what the next person got to say. They want to keep that I'm a man, I'm tough, I'm strong persona. And sometimes it's not it, because you see when you're trying to be something you're really not, there's a bunch of other screws that's not even together to keep, so at any time, the wrong thing, something you see, something that somebody says can probably tick you off or make you react a particular way or something somebody goes through. So I feel like it's very important for us as men or as people in general just to take time with ourselves. I want to say something real quick. Like when I was in a relationship with this chick and I really cared about her. And I was starting to love that person more than I love myself. And I felt like that was a big mistake I made. I think loving yourself is very important because once she started to put me through stuff I ain't expect of her as my girl, I started smoking, drinking, doing all types of things that weren't really of me because I was going through pain. I was hurt, my mental, I couldn't see myself without her. I was like, why is she doing this to me? And it put me in a bad place. But once I started to learn how to love myself and tell myself the things I needed to hear on a daily basis, it made me stronger, it made me wiser, and I started to break away from those things that were taken away from me. So that's my little contribution right now.
That was awesome,
like
man.
a true king, man.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thanks,
man.
bro.
That was deep. That hit me because I can relate to a large degree. When I was younger, um, I used to be the most selfless guy. I was always trying to be help everybody else and think about people for myself to the point I was extremely miserable. Like I always say that, oh shit. Oh, is that the boy? Is that the brother Jordan?
Big
Mr.
gang
King
vibe.
Smiles, big gang vibes, man.
Hey, he's on our
It's Chris from
reverence.
Target. Yeah, it's
Yes.
Chris from Target.
I'm dead. He's a Chris from Target. But yeah, like I used to be a very selfless person. I thought about a bunch of people for myself, and I was very miserable. And I started to try to find happiness in other people. And I'm glad was able to mature out of that because man, that thing is not a good feeling, man. Because when you love someone so much that they become the whole center of your happiness, not in addition to your happiness. Once you lose that, you go in a downward spiral that a lot of people don't get out of. It's crazy. But Mr. Arnold, I remember before we started, you said you had a lot to get off your chest. I'm giving you the opportunity, man. Go ahead.
Oh man, you gonna put me on the spot like that?
Listen, man, you put yourself out there by telling me. So,
Yeah, I
hey,
mean,
man, I'm ready.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna piggy off of what David said. David, right? Yeah. Um, I'm gonna just say this. Like, I feel as though in this day and age, in our generation, we find a lot of men, making women a lot higher than themselves. Like, they love someone a lot more than themselves. But can you really blame them if that's kind of like who they are? If that's kind of like their intuition? If that's kind of how they've always been? You feel me? So I feel as though it's really hard for somebody with that type of heart to really really learn how to do that, especially if they weren't taught that. You know what I'm saying? Because was that 301 Young?
Yes,
I didn't know
sir.
he was in here.
he literally just popped in.
Oh, I bet. But yeah, like I mean, I've just been in this standpoint where it's like not allowing other people's other ways that people treat me change the type of what person that I am. You feel me? Like although that a lot of people will do you dirty in this life, I had to learn that, just because you give somebody everything or just because you treat somebody a specific way doesn't mean they're necessarily obligated to give you that same energy. You feel me? So that's one thing I had to learn. I was just like, oh, if I treat somebody good, maybe they'll love me the same way, and maybe I won't be so miserable about life. And I'm just like, man, it's not even that deep,
I'm
So,
sorry, why'd you say that out voice?
so once,
But continue. No,
so
my goofy. Yeah.
so once I started to learn that, because that's really where I've been at. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, just trying to find myself, figure out, what's really wrong with me. Because one thing I realized is that men heal. That's the number one thing I will say, especially if it comes to finding a spouse. Please heal, bro. Because if you don't heal, you'll end up like attracting people that are damaged, possibly even worse than you. And then you'll keep asking yourself, why does this crap keep happening? When in reality, it's you. You're not healed. So why would you think you're able to heal somebody else's flaws and crap that they're dealing with if you can't even heal yourself? So that comes with self-love, and that comes with understanding yourself and just being able to be alone and understanding that being alone isn't so bad, especially if you find yourself in tune with your own emotions. So that's one thing I'll definitely say I had to get up off my chest is just heal, bro. HEAL, heal, bro. That's gonna make your life a lot easier.
Big facts, man. Healing is so important because when you take the time to heal, take the time to reset, in a sense, you start to think more clearly. You start to think over everything that happens. Like, okay, I could have done this. I could have done that. You just start kind of just like over analyzing and kind of saying, okay, next time I know what to do when this situation comes up. You learn from the experience because I see a lot of people they don't take the time to heal. They jump into another relationship and it just further like knocks them more even down, and it just starts an avalanche of them falling deep into depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. It's like, and that avalanche, it's hard to stop that, man. Because
May I
once you
hop?
start it, it's crazy. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, may I hop in real quick? The actual, I agree with that because like that's a lot of people's issues. Like I feel like people get into relationships so fast is because like they're trying to find ways to get rid to like forget about the last person they were with, and so they're thinking, oh, if I can go with this next person, all my thoughts will just all I won't forget. I won't even think about the last person I was with. But in actuality, that's just going to make you even more sad and more depressed and more upset about everything and stuff.
For sure,
Yeah,
for
I'm a
sure.
little late. I just wanted to introduce myself. It's 301 Young. You already know what it is.
You
I'm a
good,
little late.
brother. You good,
I'm over
man.
here talking to Tech about the album and stuff like that. So I apologize about that.
Oh no, man, you are straight. We are welcome to have you here, man. Listen, man, I just want to congratulate you on your recent wins. Congratulate you on overcoming what you've been going through, man. Much love. It's good to see you shining, brother.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you.
Of course.
Right, this man got the
Love
solid
it.
chain on his neck and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Clean.
I don't
Man,
respect what you
Killmonger
talking
comfortable, don't you feel me? Like, damn. Let me get some of the drip drops.
Hey, listen, we talking about mental health. You know what I'm saying? When it comes internally, it happens externally. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure, man. But go ahead, Smiles. I saw your message.
Hey, so
You seem
yeah,
like you was
so
ready to shoot off the hip, so I'm gonna
nah,
let you go.
nah. I like
Miles, what's
it.
going on, bud?
What's good, Joe? Like, hey, big props to you. No cap, bro. Big
Big
props. I
props,
see
Miles.
everything. I was about to say, I've been in a cut because like I've been dealing with the, mental stuff and everything. But I'm gonna chime in on what y'all were just talking about. One thing as the Black man that we gotta stop doing that I see happen a lot is that we gotta stop searching for the queen. Like we internally, like everybody says, is that we see what's wrong with us and we be like, F that, bro. She's gonna fix it for me. Nah, that is a terrible mindset. It's like you cannot go out there and try to like depend on somebody else to fix your internal issues. Like
Yeah.
that's just something that you just can't do. You gotta deal with that yourself and then go ahead and attack everything else that you want to. Like you said, the internal literally is literally the reflection that you put out. So like
You
if your internal is right, yeah, everything else is just gonna be amazing.
let me hop in real quick. You know, it's me. I apologize if anybody had next. Now, I just really want to piggyback off that point. A lot of people try to find wholeness in the next person, and it's a concept that's outdated. Usually, it's a concept that kind of came from the need for two-parent households after the Second World War, and our troops came back home. Our Black troops came back home, and it was just a need for a two-parent because the economic instability, especially ghettos, were just starting to come into fruition. So there was always a need for two and two come together, a wholeness. And you're like, Brandon, what are you talking about? that to that. But that's where, I was talking to an actual professor, and that's where, some of the habits kind of came from. So just trying to find wholeness in the other, that's the problem. You need to be whole within yourself. We need to stop falling for people and stand in our solidarity, stand in our completion of self, stand in our happiness with that person that we find next. Stop trying to find your wholesome in the other person. And that's where that's where the mental issues come from. Another small point I wanted to make, piggybacking off my first point, was, this need for a two-parent, or this need for, a team. I feel like that came from, that's an outdated concept, especially in the Black community. That's what I was kind of talking or touching on earlier. So my second point, standing in your own solidarity. And my third point, my last point, is make sure that you handle everything within yourself internally before you try to add on to anybody's plate. Because if you're not whole within yourself, you can't be whole for the other. And in every relationship, there's a planter and there's a farmer. And that's what I was told in therapy. There's a farmer and there's a planter. There's somebody who takes care of the plants, and there's somebody that is the plant. And in the course of a relationship, those roles constantly switch. And if the partner that you're dealing with, or you yourself, cannot switch into one of these roles, and that's where the issues become. And a lot of these relationships start a lot of issues mentally going forward, because we're not handling them correctly, we're not getting into them correctly, and we're just recycling the same habits we seen our parents recycle. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna let Kada get on this one.
Yeah, so what I was about to say was, along with coming with being whole, I'm gonna talk about this too. I'm gonna talk about pain real quick. Pain, oh my gosh, pain is a really great teacher, and I learned this from experience. Because I've been battling demons a lot lately, but through a lot of prayer and through a lot of just trying to find like answers to the reasons for why I am the way that I am. Kind of like, looking myself in the mirror and holding myself accountable. Self accountability really, really speaks volumes for real. But back to pain. Pain is our greatest teacher. If you could learn from it, every single last, encounter that we have with another person allows you to reflect, take time, hold yourself accountable for what you did wrong. Because at the end of the day, everybody can always be like, all right, well, that person did me dirty. Da, 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 da. Nah, let's talk about you. Don't even worry about that other person. Just talk about what you did wrong, what you can get better at. Learn from that situation and try to move on from it and learn from it and try to like tap into the positive side of things. Because starting out, that's what we look at it as. Oh, that's negative. Oh, why did she do this to me? I thought she was the one. Things happen. People change, man. People change like the date. You feel me? Like people can feel one way and then completely change the next day. So that also comes with that as well.
Also, building your relationships on solid ground and not shifting sands. A lot of the reasons why we get into these relationships, a lot of the reasons why we aren't staying in these relationships. Again, these relationships are damaging our spirit, and it's damaging our mental, and it's damaging our emotional palate. And I just got a relationship about 4 months ago, and I realized more than ever that I need to have a strong semblance of self. You need to have that throughout any relationship that you engage in, whether it be romantic or platonic or business. You need to have a strong semblance of self, because at the end of the day, you are your biggest supporter. You go home with yourself. You go to sleep with yourself. You will die with yourself. So it's just like, yes, people can add on to our lives in great ways, but you always want to make sure you yourself, piggybacking off Kada, you yourself have some strong semblance of self. And usually that semblance of self is cultivated through pain, the adversity that you undergo when you're growing up, as you're maturing. You know what I'm saying? Take take you know what I'm saying, take the pressure off yourself. We're still growing. Life is about applied knowledge. You have to go through it to know it. And you know, and something that Kada said to me a long time ago is divine timing. And I'll just leave it at that.
For sure, man. And I'm glad y'all dived into the relationship game because I believe it's so important that when you're, you know, I believe that you have to go out there and you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not gonna come to you. You gotta go get it. And anything in life, you have to go get it. Anything good in life, anything worth anything in life, you gotta work for it. You gotta apply pressure. You gotta do what you gotta do. But also in relationships, I feel like I'm gonna go off what Big Sue said. I'm gonna kind of bring up a little side per se. I feel like a lot of people just don't want to be alone, and that goes into your point, what you said, 301 Young, that people we have to accept ourselves. You know, we go to sleep with ourselves. We come home, look each other in the mirror, and say, hmm. Like you have to look yourself in the mirror every time you go to the bathroom. You have to accept what you are. I feel like a lot of people are not doing that. They're not having these self reflections of I am who I am, no matter what happens. My strength and weaknesses doesn't matter. I love myself. I accept who I am as a person. I accept my good things. I accept my flaws. Because at the end of the day, if you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? How can you give that energy to love someone else? How can you like? It's so crazy to me. And
Can we, for the purposes of this cast, expound on what it means to love yourself?
yeah,
Because that
sure.
was something that I had so much of an issue with. Like, what does it mean to love yourself? Like, nigga, I love me. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Love
does it mean?
yourself
Because I
I
think
was
is
just
people
about
need
to
to
say
break
that
that
too,
down.
bro. I was just about to say that too, bro.
love yourself is in like what D Man said. We all are young black men in America. We grew up with a target on our back. Grew up with certain traumas. I know everybody here got a story, got a struggle they had to overcome, a struggle that they probably fell down on their butt 2,000 times, and it probably took 2001 times to get back up. Loving yourself is no matter how crazy the waters get, no matter how wild things come to you, no matter what comes your way, you have the confidence that not only you're going to make it through, but you're going to succeed. You're going to reach the top. You're going to become what you want to become. Because in this life we live, we all have God's timing is paramount. Like I didn't want to go on a religious thing, but I'm
Behind
just gonna say
time.
this. But God's timing is paramount. When his
Amen.
time, when he ordains you to become the best you can be, no one can stop you. But the thing
Amen.
about it, the secret about it is staying the course, not giving up. Falling down is not the problem. Life is gonna knock us on our butt. I say it all the time. Life is gonna knock you on your butt. Life is gonna suck. Life is gonna smack you in the face, throw you to the ground. It's gonna
Yeah.
grapple you. But you getting up after each time, saying, nah, I'm not gonna let this hold me down. Nah, I'm not gonna let this stop me. I'm still
Yeah.
gonna be what I need to be. And that's why it's so important to know your it, to have a purpose, to know your purpose. Because when you know your purpose, when you know you're it, nothing can stop you. Nothing will hold you back because you have this in your head. That's why I say the mind is so powerful. When you believe that you will get there, nothing will stop
Amen.
Hey,
you. And I'm gonna let Smiles
Yeah,
get
go
it.
ahead.
yeah, I
I
was gonna
saw
say,
Okay,
yeah,
shit.
Smiles, go ahead, get you, bro.
hey,
Get you some Smiles.
hey, see, like, for all my sports people, it's one of my favorite basketball players had a commercial, had his Jordan commercial. It was him going up, shooting the ball. Every time he fall, he always get back up. Every
Talk
single
about
time.
yeah.
Every single time. The Dwayne Wade commercial. You shoot the joint, fall down, and get back up. And every single time they be like, "Damn, Dwayne, what's going on?" And he's like, "It don't
I
matter.
know
I'm gonna
exactly
get
what you're
back
talking
up."
about. Yeah.
I know
Exactly.
exactly what he's
So,
talking about too. I've seen that.
That
cause
joint was
like
fire.
that's why D Wade one of my like is literally my favorite basketball player because his mentality. But
12 years old. Yeah, but
don't ever say that name again. But but literally everything is based off of your reaction. That's one of the things that I learned in life. Like you can literally take everything that has happened to you, but it's how you responded to it that makes makes everything the way that you would like it to be, in a sense. Because you can definitely just like respond terrible. Like, so for instance, I'm gonna also say that Kada been, taking my notes, been stealing my notes, man, and saying on my notes, bro. But one of the things that has happened, I'm gonna bring up this group thing, DMV Untitled. People probably have heard the name and all of that stuff. I've been watching Wu-Tang all daggone week, and what y'all said about the independence thing is really something big on like self-reflect. Like it's really big on knowing who you are, because knowing who you are is ridiculous. Like the things that you can do after you know who you are is out of pocket. But it's always how you respond. It's always how you respond to anything. Like for me, for instance, I got into a real bad funk when the DMV Untitled thing broke. I stepped away from music complete. Like I have not made a song in almost like 2 years. Like I have stepped away completely from it. I am just now getting back into it because I had to find myself in it to make it the way that I wanted it to, the way that I wanted it to be. And I could have sat there and been like, man, bro, F this, bro. I'm done with it. I'm gonna keep doing me, bro. I'm gonna just do whatever. F them niggas, bro. Like keep it pushing, bro. And I was like, nah, it's how I respond to this one situation. And it's gonna either cause pain, like y'all said, or it's gonna give me knowledge. And so I was like, I'm not gonna let this be pain to me. I'm gonna just learn from that situation and take it, apply it to everything that I do next. Because that's it. Just get back up. Get back up, respond the way that you want to, and keep pushing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe that Steve Harvey had said something the other day. My boy Theory sent me this video, and I actually posted it on my Instagram. I don't know if Sanfa's seen it. But Steve Harvey said, check this out. Your best days are in front of you. But that's where they are. They're in front of you. You haven't got to them yet. You are about to walk into those best days. But right now, you're in process. You're processing. You know what I'm saying? Stop tripping over the process. Stop cowering in fear over the process. You know what I'm saying? Your best days are in front of you. And I just wanted to really quickly kind of piggyback off what Sanfa said about purpose. When you start changing, when you start trying to align with your purpose instead of trying to align with everything that makes you happy at the time, that's when you find happiness. Because emotions are fleeting. That's the blessing. Emotions are fleeting. That's the blessing. If emotions stay forever, a lot of us would have been killed already or killed ourselves already. It's fleeting. So stop chasing something that's fleeting, which is emotion. We're in the age of instant gratification, so everybody is so used to doing things that feed them instantly. But align with purpose. Build yourself up on solid ground and good morals and values. Discipline yourself. And you unlock a whole different version of you. And that kind of piggybacks off what Smilez said, you know what I'm saying? Because once you figure out who you are, no one could ever tell you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't stand for something, and that doesn't mean like fighting stuff, but if you don't stand for something in life, you'll fall for anything. Anybody could be able, if you don't know who you are, anybody could just take you and lead you and go anywhere. That's relationship, that's business, that's music, that's regular life. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you align with purpose. Your best days ahead in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Build yourself up on solid ground. Earl, what's up?
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Just to kind of figure out what you said, there's something that my pastor said that resonated with me. He said, he said, make the impossible possible. Not everything in life is like impossible. It's up to you as a person to make that impossibility a possibility. Not everything in life is tough. Not everything in life is hard. You have to find within yourself to make that impossible possible. You know what KG said in the finals in 2008 when he said anything's possible?
Yeah.
That still resonated with me all the time. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you're passionate about, what you dream about. Make that dream your reality. Put the time in, put the work in. Show that you're committed. Show that you're dedicated. Don't let another person says otherwise. You know how people always show you like fake love, or people show you where people show you how much they love you, how much like they appreciate you, like showing like the fakeness about you. You have to be aware of that kind of fakeness. You have to cut those ties with those people, but people will show you fake love. You as a person has to be fully committed, fully dedicated for what you want to do in life. For a person has to like figure out what kind of past, because everyone has like different paths, everyone has different journeys that they're on. You have to find out what your past, what you're passionate about. What you're passionate about, be committed and be dedicated. Cut those ties with people who always tell you otherwise, who always doubted you, who always criticizes you, belittle you, because there's always people around those world, people around you, like there's like people who always like criticize everything you want, criticize your moves, criticize your motives, criticize your actions, for based off the dreams that you want to do. That's all I'd say.
I missed this drink. Damn.
Bro, is that Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
I was good, Ron.
Damn.
What's good, y'all?
Council in this joint, bro.
Big
What's
facts.
good, Ronnie?
What's good, y'all? Y'all
Gang in this joint, bro.
Hey yo, so yeah, D man, you've been I know you've been sitting down, you've been absorbing everything.
Yeah.
And you had that look, you were like, oh yeah, this is great, this is lovely. So I want to see, do you have anything to add to it, man?
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to say what's up to everybody on this call. Everybody dope. I learned a lot too. Sometimes you never know the importance of little things like this. Not even little, but I'm just saying in terms of just getting on the this on this platform and talking to everybody, hearing everybody share their experiences and what they've been through. It's dope because it just makes you know you're not alone. My man was talking about 301 Young. He was talking about what does it mean to love yourself, and I feel like in this life we learn every day. So I feel like that's a journey. Loving yourself is a journey because I feel like we battle ourselves every day. Like we're choosing, should I do this or should I do that? And we're learning in different ways. And to me, loving yourself is appreciating you. Giving back to yourself, giving yourself time, treating you the way you're supposed to be treated, just uplifting yourself on a daily basis. I wanted to say something. What I wanted to say was that love that we so give other people so easily, we should put back into us. I feel like when we put the love that we give people so freely into us, we'll be way better. We'll be stronger. We'll be smarter. We'll figure out more about us, because sometimes we give our love, our kindness. Not saying you shouldn't be that way, but just investing back in yourself is important, because when everybody goes, there's only us. So just saying everybody's contribution, that's just one of the things I wanted to say, just us loving ourselves more and appreciating us and knowing that you don't need nobody to be happy once you find happiness within you. And because sometimes guys or people, women, men, when we meet people, we feel like, oh my gosh, she makes me so happy. Like you said, bro, you said it should be an addition. That's true. It should always be an addition. My happiness ain't in no woman's hands. I have my happiness. That means if that woman leaves, I've lost my happiness. Nah, I gotta have that within myself. If she goes, she just goes. You understand that? Life goes on. So that's just pretty much what I wanted to add from everything so far.
For sure.
Why this man get this spitting, bro? This man spitting facts, bro.
Man, that's what he do.
Nah, for real though.
Hey, bro, what's your Instagram page?
He said, "What's the IG page?" He funny as
Oh,
shit.
Then I did that.
I'm gonna put it in the chat, so we can all follow each other and get better acquainted with one another. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
100%, man. Ooh, he dropped some super high fire on that one. I was like, that
Nah,
was
for real though, that's real shit though.
I had
but
to write
honestly.
that joint down, bro. Like, that's nah, y'all like it. I'm serious. Y'all
That's
was like,
what's
you were legit laughing. I had to write that one down.
yeah.
That's what's
But,
up, bro.
Man, invest all that love that you get at somebody else into yourself.
Yeah, the love we give so freely, let's put it back into us. We give people love, like we show them love, show them, our good side, and sometimes they step on it. They treat it like it's feces. They don't appreciate it. So, and we
Take
get
it for
hurt.
granted. Oh yeah.
In it. So why would that energy? Why would I give it? When you put it in you, that's why once you start to love yourself, there's certain things you ain't gonna go for. Like the other day, I booked this bad little joint named Stacy. Bad little joint. I was at the I was at Chipotle. She was
Stacy got
pretty.
friends? Say, nah, I'm playing.
Hey, Stacy got friends.
I'm good.
Yeah, nah, that not.
Anybody named Stacy automatically bad.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
She was pretty, but you know what?
Just that name.
So
My nigga said Stacy, son. Nah, son. Nah. Drop the contact, son.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
I need like Neil Long
digits.
Friday.
I need the numbers.
Hey, but today Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I think I met her on a Monday, right? And then, oh no, I met her on a Tuesday, and then we texted. Like I said, hey, what's up? This D, yada yada. We texted in a little bit, but I told her, I was like, were you on break when I met you? She was like, yeah, I was on break. So I was like, oh, that's what's up. Guess we met at the right time. She ain't respond or nothing till hours later. She just liked the comment. So I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. So today I texted her again because I was like, all right, let me wait 2 days because I'm not thirsty. And when it comes to females, you ain't gonna see me chasing no tail. I can't. It's not in my bones. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am. I'm not about to chase no female. And they want us to play into their little games of following them around and chasing them, hitting them up. And then they be trying to do you anyhow at the same, nah, baby, not over here. So anyway, I messaged her. I said, what's up? How are you? She said, good. How are you doing? I said, good. I said, so tell me more about yourself. I was like, where are you from? When's your birthday? How old are you? Just to engage. This chick ain't respond till now. And this was around 1 o'clock. I messaged her. So I'm just like, okay. I'm already seeing where it's going in my mind. Not saying you don't got priorities and things you doing, but I feel like you don't gotta be like, I deleted her number. I let it be. I'm not about to be waiting on nobody to message me. I don't got time. I feel like we're in a world whereby if you want to do something, you're gonna do it. Like my man told me about this last week or 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, yo, we doing this. If I ain't want to be here, y'all won't see me. If y'all ain't want to be here, I won't see none of y'all either. If y'all here, we here because we wanted to be here. I stopped everything I was doing to be here. You know what I'm saying? So same with you guys. So I feel like people make time for those they want to make time for and do what they want to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to be under no chick or no person's game. I'm just going to do what my heart tells me to do. So I let it go because I know my value. I'm not about to be waiting on no chick to respond to me. I got better things to do with my time. You know what I'm saying? So when she hit me up later on, if she ever do, and I'm just like, who is this? Probably be a little call to her. And if not, it's a free world.
Hey, that's self-love right there, bro.
Hey,
That's great. But
self-love right there.
Before we continue, my boy Ronnie, what is good, my guy? What is up, man?
Oh man, I just want to say I agree with everything you said, man. Church, all that love, self-love, and all that good stuff. And yeah, she was showing all red flags, bro. Don't even talk to her at all.
Facts.
And when she do text you back, just like it and keep pushing. I'll be like, new number, who this?
Hit it with the thumbs
this
up.
Man this man
toxicity, my gosh.
This man
Yeah, that
devious,
ain't
bro.
toxic for real, yo.
This man
Leave that joint on red, yo. Keep it pushing, bro.
Hey,
I mean, she started.
Hey, yo. Nah, for real. You kind of got to pull that sometimes. But my next thing, before we, go really deep, I was thinking about confidence and how important that is because, and it's good. And like I said, I forgot who said it. I feel bad because they brought up how I think it was Sue or AJ. They brought up how you need to surround yourself with the proper people. Yeah, it was AJ. AJ said that
Yeah.
because when you're ascending and becoming the king that you truly are, a lot of people are gonna want to hold you down because they they're not putting in the work you put in. They're not as motivated as you. They're not willing to put the hours because I was just talking to Fun about this, how we glorify all these successful people, not even just men, just people in general, and we don't even think about what did they have to sacrifice, what did they do to put in the work.
Right.
Instead of thing, in fact, yeah, we talked about this literally yesterday on the pod with my friend Devin. Yeah, we talked about how a lot of people it's not even just they don't want to they just want to see you fail. They just don't got what you got, and they mad about that, and they want to hold you down. You know how company likes to keep company, bad company likes to keep company. They want to hold you down, press you down, make your confidence go down, make your belief go down, so you stay with them because they know that when you on cloud nine, when you on that trajectory, you about to leave them in the dust. Misery loves company. Exactly, bro. I was just getting to that. So, my question is, and like I said, you guys can go ahead, just make sure it's organized. How important is confidence to a man's mental health? I think it's very important.
Darien, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna take a quote from Deion Sanders. He said, "If you look good, you play good. If you play good, you feel good. And if you feel good, everything else is good." So, like, part of like self confidence, like, it just like even if you feel like shit, bro, and because this is what women do all the time. Like even when they feel like complete shit, when they feel like the bottom of the barrel, like they always like they get in the mirror, they put some makeup on, and they just take selfies and they smile and remind themselves that they're that bitch. And I feel like with us, we got to do the same thing.
Yup.
You know, like
Yup.
it all starts with us looking good, like taking care of ourselves, keeping ourselves groomed, making sure we smell good. Because ain't none a woman love more than a man that smell good. So, um, but just starting off with just looking good, so that when you go out into the world, you walking with your head up, and you walking like I'm that nigga. And if you walking like I'm that nigga, people gonna look at you like, oh, that's that nigga, and they gonna have no respect for you when you approach them or when they approach you. You gotta walk like you mean business. I learned that, and I was in me and Mark was in this program called the 100 Black Men. And if there ain't anything that I took away from that, it's walk like you mean business. If they scared of you, then that just means they don't got it. But if they approach you and they give you a firm handshake and they actually just talking to you, awesome chill shit, and they and they realize that you just a stand up dude, then that's the type of person that you want to be around. So you start off with looking good. You go out, you just walk like you mean business. Then when you actually doing what you're doing, you do it to the best of your ability. And when you do it with the best of your, you do it to the best of your ability. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Um, like people are going to see that you're going to get those, you're going to get that positive feedback. And then with that positive feedback, you're going to feel good to the point to where you don't even need it. You already know I'm going out here, I'm doing the goddamn thing. And then like it just turns into a cycle of just straight like just self love and everything like like that. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not saying it does. It takes time, but like, and it's like something that I'm working on. I've been working on for like the longest, and like some days I'm good, Some days I'm not. But the thing about it is, on the days that you're not, you gotta remember that like that you are the shit. Like fuck what anyone has said about you, whether it's been like whether it's been women, your fam, who like whomever, you have to know within yourself. Like just keep reminding yourself that you are that you walk in your truth. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, and like there was something else I had, but I just lost it. But that's kind of where I wanted to like start from. Like if you look good, you play good. If you play good, you feel good. If you feel good, everything else is good. So I'm gonna just stop there.
That
That's
was
great.
powerful, man. That was great. That was great. That was great. That's perfect.
That was
Walk
great.
in your truth, fellas. Walk in.
I just wanted to say one quote. I heard this while I was listening to Nas's album.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know who he was speaking. I don't know who was speaking, but he said something that stuck with me so much. I can't even lie, man. I just want to piggyback off that point. What you think of you means everything, but what others think of you means nothing. Have composure. Hold yourself down, wherever, whenever, however. And that's it. And I just wanted to say that. Composure. That's another part of self-love. Composure. You can't trip over everything. You can't cry over everything. You can't rant and rave over everything. Sometimes you might have to take a moment of peace. You might find a pocket of peace. You might have to find a season of stillness where you're not doing anything, where you're not moving in the way you want to. You're not making as much money. You're not making any music. Smilez. You need to find your composure, because shit is gonna happen. We were never promised a good life. I don't know where anybody got that from. You know what I'm saying? So shit is always gonna happen. But you need to have that composure for when it does happen. You can forego your first reaction, change the plan and not the mission. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So hold your composure. You know what I'm saying? So I love that point he just made, especially the point where he said, walk tall, walk strong, walk like you're a business, walk like you mean business, like you're a business. And when you shake your hand, it means everything, because it's an exchange of power. It's a display of power. It's an exchange of power. And if you don't have yours, real ones will know. You know what I'm saying? Even women will. Make sure you hold yourself down. You know what I'm saying? Before you even get into a relationship, do you have insurance? I'm 26 years old. I was yesterday years old when I found out that shit ends at 25. I mean, that shit ends as soon as you turn 26. What about your car situation? Are you showering every day? Is your room clean right now? How much money you got saved? When you cook last? Matter of fact, what dish did you cook for yourself that you just worked on, so that when you have your lady, she don't always got toil in the kitchen? What are you doing for yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? These are the questions that I feel like Black men should be talking about. Last point, I love the speaker that just spoke. I gotta get your name, Darien. But bro, what was I just about to say, bro? What the fuck? About women. They'll break down 15 times, they'll give 20, they'll put on their best clothes, they'll beat their face up, link with their two homegirls, and that's it. You know what they just did? They acknowledged the problem, felt everything, all parts of that problem. So that means they're healthily transitioning to the next emotion. And now they went ahead and they know that they established and outlined their support groups, are engaging with their support groups and actually doing things, positive things that's helping them get through. So while you was over here fucking bitches and trying to get your mind off this shit, she's actually healthily moving on. So that's when she pops out, you wondering, dang, how's she blah, 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 how's she moving like that? Because she took the time to do the groundwork. You feel me? So I'm gonna just hold it at that. I'm trying not to rant and rave and do too much, This is just a great conversation, and I just feel like as Black men, there's a lot of extra steps that we have to take. And like, I think when we start realizing that we have to be more patient and more understanding with ourselves ever than anybody else, that's when the real healing is going to come through. You know what I'm saying? Strength will fade away. Wisdom won't. You know what I'm saying? People will always strip away. Morals don't. You know what I'm saying? So composure.
100%, man. Honor, what you got to say, man? I know you was ready to go.
Damn, this man 301 just taking stuff about my notepad, bro. He just took everything off of my notepad. But what I'm gonna add to it is I think confidence, like you was like, it's gonna pick you off of what 301 said for sure. How you make your bed, my G. That's the one way to look at it right there. How you make your bed. Because how you make your bed is how you gonna sleep on it when you get back from your hard days. You feel me? So it's like, I think the main thing when it comes to confidence is just starting out knowing that it's okay to have days where you're not okay. You feel me? You gonna have days when you're not confident. Sam, for me and you was just talking about this before we got into this show. Some days you're not gonna feel confident. Some days you just not gonna feel like the shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But it's important to be in tune with your emotions, like 301 was saying, and just know that they're real. Advise yourself that they are real. Deal with it, and then get into something positive. You feel me? Like, don't just like go about life being mad about the next thing because of the simple fact that you haven't got over your past. And I just got off an hour phone call with my brother about that. He was like, "Yo, do you know who you are? Like, you got goals. You got things you're trying to accomplish. Like, what you doing?" Like, legit had to real life talk to me and get myself together, you know, because I've been doing pretty good. It's just that it's like, you just need that extra person. Sometimes you need that brotherhood that'll be like, all right, bro, like, look, get it together, man. Like, you doing good. Stop being so negative about yourself. And more importantly, focus on your relationship with God, because that comes directly from him. I mean, I made this religious, but that's the main thing that's been really helping me is just praying, man, and just telling God, you know, hey, I need you right now. I'm not good. I'm not well in the head.
Mic check.
Oh, it's Evan.
What's good?
Oh, Lord.
Evan Almighty. Yes,
What's
sir.
good?
Hello,
Big
man. How you
man
feeling,
building.
Evan?
Going on, Evan? What's going on, Rodney?
What's good?
What's going
Nothing
on?
much, bro. Nothing much.
This man.
Shit, everybody-
That's where I'm at.
You know
Welcome
what?
to the
We
show,
gonna
bro.
let him
Just-
piggyback. We gonna let him piggyback because you know he got a good upbringing over there. Go ahead, Evan. You know came in late.
Damn right. What the
Not
hell we
him
talking
having
about?
a
We're gonna
good
put you on the
upbringing.
spot right now.
Shout out to him for
I
having a
don't-
good background.
I don't
Look
know
at
what we
you.
talking about, but you damn right about whatever it is. That was the topic of this conversation. You damn right.
Evan, funny as hell. We just talk about confidence for men, bro. That's all.
Yeah. I like compliments. It's like, no. They continue though.
That was funny. But yeah, go ahead and continue, Arnold. That was hilarious.
Bet.
Was on the road.
Yeah, just that's all I really had to say for real. If I remember it, we could talk about it later. But yeah, just confidence. Trying to get confidence from God is very good, man. It's very good because it comes directly from Him. Everything you need is in Him. You know what I'm saying? Like through Him, you can do anything. It's my favorite scripture. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. It's tatted on me. Feel me?
Yep.
Gotta get-
Philippians 4, verse 13, man.
That's my
Hey,
favorite
Joshua
scripture.
1 verse 9. That's another one, son.
You said what?
Joshua 1 verse 9. That's another one that you want to go ahead and grab if you get a chance. Basically,
That's actually one of my
says-
favorite verses. Joshua 1:9.
Yes, sir.
You said Joshua what?
Joshua 1:9. Have I not, what do you say? Have I not
Gotta join on
counseled
my
you?
bio.
You know what I'm saying? Have I not counseled you? Have I not told you? Walk in
There you go.
confidence, walk in courage.
Yep.
There you
That's
go.
powerful.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
definitely I'm writing that down.
Those guys
You
will
know-
tell me, do you know who you are? Like legit, bro. Like, you know who you
Yes,
are.
no. The Bible verse says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? So
Amen,
it's just
amen,
like
amen.
basically, yo, stop tricking my nigga. I got this. You do you what you can do, which is walk every day, eating shit. I got the rest. You focus on you. I got the rest. That's what God's saying. And they're not. It's like he's like, didn't you say you was gonna pay me back? Bro, I told you I got you, son. Just don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't gotta find me. I'm gonna pay you back on that date. You know what I'm saying? So let's let Joshua 1:9 stands like for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got you. This guy saying, like, I got you, son. Just do your thing. Like, I got you. You know what I mean?
100%. Confidence is key. And just want to kind of piggyback on what you guys are saying. How important is it to have the right people in your circle? Like when I mean people that back you up, I'm talking like when you're down, when you need a brother to lift you up and to be like, bro, just like Arnold said, do you know who the fuck you are? You're a king. A king doesn't worry about the uncontrollable. Worry about what you can control. And you keep at it. You keep going. You keep striving for excellence. You keep reaching for the throne, reaching for the top, reaching for the crown. That's the mentality you have. That's why I said earlier, I think it's in the chat, a king's mentality. You have to have it because it's a competitive world, bro. We live in a very, very, very competitive, cutthroat world where people will step over each other, people will kill each other, people will do everything in the name of power and glory, fame, all these things, clout. People would forget their morals, would forgo their values for this stuff. But a real king doesn't do that. He keeps at
Don't
it
be Will
even in the
Smith,
rough.
man.
Even no matter what happened, he weathers the storm. He stays strong. He's like a rock, strong like a rock, a solid pillar that doesn't crack. So, like I said, sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there. But how important is it to have the right people around you? Brothers, sisters, anybody. It doesn't even have to be particular gender. How important is that? Because a lot of people now, they be saying they're friends, but they really don't be friends. They only friends when it's circumstance, when it's in good circumstance for them.
Hey, listen, you just don't want to end up like Will Smith, man. Make sure you got the right woman, right person.
No, like for real. He
Get off my man's, bro.
Hey, that's what happens when you got the wrong niggas around you, son.
bro.
Hey, yo,
Bro,
chill off my man's, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
That's
I
a
be
man that don't love himself, man. He should have been served the papers at the red tape. I don't know what going on, son. But you know, I ain't want to kind of like, I ain't want to troll that really important point. My bad about that.
No, you
Nah,
good.
But
It
I
was
was,
funny.
yeah, no, but honestly, no, I do agree with social support, you know, but how can I say this? Be the vibe first before you look for one. If that makes sense.
yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know, be the vibe first. You know what I mean? Because you run into a circle of niggas and you ain't got nothing to give them. You ain't got no dreams to talk about. You ain't got no goals to talk about. You ain't got no shit. You ain't got no ringside seats like my nigga Darien right here, son. like dang, son, you ain't got nothing to offer the group of circle.
He eats with his hands.
Huh?
He eats with his hands.
You're stupid,
I
right?
eat with my hands.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, make sure you the vibe that you want to be around before you try to search for that vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out here, they talking about friends and shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, I feel like I met a lot of good people, but it's because I wasn't the vibe, because I didn't know who I was first, because I didn't know how to maintain myself. I lost those people. Now I'm alone. And that's not I'm saying like feel bad for me. It's just like, this is the reset series where it's just like, okay, cool. We lost a circle of people, learn from that. So going forward, I'm not going to be coming at niggas like next like that. Or going forward, I'm going to compose myself a lot more. You know, I'm going forward. Hey, if I see that my man is, instead of doing like I did last time and aiding and abetting a nigga cheating or some shit, hey, yo, my G, I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, or you know, being the pull-up man, you know what I'm saying? That we all need. But most importantly, be it for yourself. You have to be the most avid advisor in your life. Because when you know what I'm saying, when you about to bust a chick down and you ain't got no rub, your man's not gonna be there with an I am like, hey man, make sure you write that up.
You're not lying though. Not lying though.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you going in that dark alley, your man's not be like, hey man, I see your geolocation. I think you should be smart enough to know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, make sure you are what you want to be around first before you try to find someone to be around first. If that makes sense, you know.
Create the vibe so you can have the vibe. You can be the vibe. That's some definitely beautiful advice.
Hey, so is it all right if I chime in real quick? I'm like walking
Sure,
around
sure, sure, sure,
Target,
sure, sure.
so
Go ahead.
so
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so y'all hear niggas talking and stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so one of the things that I have made is Fiji. Fiji literally stands for like, well, Fiji is based off of Bruce Lee saying, "Be like water." When me and my brothers get in any place, y'all have been around us before. When we get in any place, we occupy the entire room like water.
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all got
We,
presence for sure.
but it's literally be like water. Adjust, you know, just become what you know you are. So I know that like back to the self-confidence thing. Well, we can talk about me for instance and a self-confidence. I tell niggas this every day. I tell people I am lonely as shit. Like every day. Like, what is it? I had the whole damn, yeah, we could go all the way back. I had the whole eye surgery and all of that stuff that set me all the way back. Like I became probably the loneliest nigga on the planet. Like, what's that damn song by Tyler, Mr. Lonely? Yeah, I became that guy. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
That song
but
fire though.
it is a fire song. You listen to it. Listen to what he's saying in the song. Tyler is a we'll talk music another time. But
Oh, for sure.
literally when I realized that when I became like water, I myself am something complete. I'm a force that's not movable. Like I'm immovable. The self-confidence thing. Me and my pops talk about it all the time. Because growing up I had like this negative connotation of my pops. And then like I actually spent time with him now. And I see that all of the negative things that was said about him is complete false, just straight up lies. And we talk about it literally daily. I have a very, at this point in my life, I have a very fuck you attitude. It's like, whatever it is, if I don't stand by it, F it. Keep it pushing. Like that's how confident I am in the things that I do now. I'm like, bro, I can see that. I can like what is it? Your man's not gonna be there telling you, hey, bro, you might not want to get hit from shorty in a over there in an alley and stuff, bro. You might want, might want to get up out of there. Nah, you can see, like, I see the red flags now and just be like, hey, F that, let's keep it pushing. To the point now where, like, literally, on a regular basis, like, not even talking daily, like, talking to people, like, once a week or stuff like that. Talk to, like, 4 people once a week. I don't communicate with, like, anybody no more. That's when I say, like, I'm lonely as shit. But in my loneliness, being alone all the time, I found myself. Like I know that the things that arrived like when I first came up and all of that, I know that all of that stuff doesn't rock no more. That's how I found out that I can be like water. I can literally occupy anything that I set my mind to. So hey, yeah, I'm gonna be on the what is it? I'm gonna go help out 301 Young with his album or whatever. Be like, nah, bro, that's not me. Like I'm confident in myself knowing that that's not me.
Be like, oh shit, man, you know, Ronnie, oh, what is it? I do this all the time. I see y'all doing y'all thing, and I know y'all doing y'all thing. I be like, yeah, bro, Ronnie and Kada in the studio, they chopping up the videos and stuff. Damn, bro, that shit hurts. And I be like, oh nah, that's not me though. That's them. And I'm like, all right, I know that. Mm-hmm. Give me like one moment. Yeah, one of y'all can pick you up. No, I definitely feel you on that being alone type stuff. It took me like, I literally only talked to like one other person outside of the people that I do this podcast with. Other than that, I don't talk to nobody. I don't communicate with no one. I just keep to myself and like mind my business. Cause for real, like you said, like that's how you find yourself. And
Piggyback off that. I ain't want to cut you off. I'm just hearing this overtone of be lonely, be lonely, be lonely. Or reduce your circle. My circle's so small, I put my finger in and stab everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the goal, y'all. The goal is not to be an island. The goal is not to be an island with few surviving members. Like, the goal is to be a community. But the goal is to build the community on solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? The goal is to be a community of people. You should have 100 people you should have like 60 people, 50 people, 10. Well, you should have at least 10 people. You should have at least 5 people. You know what I'm saying? You should have a bevy of people in your circle that you've been cultivating the proper way for years. That, you know what I'm saying, that should be around you, because just like it takes a village to raise children, it takes a village to maintain adults, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, this season of what we're referring to, I just don't want people to hear this and feel like, okay, now the goal is just to find 5 people and to stick with them for the rest of my life. No, that's not the goal. You may have a season where you walk into a season like this, where, you know what I'm saying, where you are by yourself, where you are still. It's not to turn your heart cold. It's not for you to be like, fuck everybody, but it's for you to reset, find yourself, figure out what you want to contribute to the next group of people that you are blessed to come in contact with, because we're blessed to be blessings, and figure out how you want to hit that. You know what I'm saying? Figure out, you know, you're probably single right now. All right, what can I work on in myself that can make me properly suitable for my next suitor? You know what I'm saying? I want friends. I don't really talk to people aside from the people I do a podcast with. What can I change within myself to make sure that when that next person shakes my hand, hey, what's going on? They do want to make that text back. They do want to call back, because I'm a good person to be around. I feel good when I'm around 301. I feel like I'm inspired when I'm around 301. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? The goal is not to have 1 or 2, 3 friends. The goal is to have a family around you. Sometimes it's not always blood. You know what I'm saying? But what we're trying to do is we're trying to nick it at the butt. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to cut it at the knees, because if it continues to grow toxically, then that's when we got problems. That's when we got to, you know what I'm saying? We got to go into the cut and start cutting folk off and blah, blah. That's when we start wasting time doing shit like that. By the time your son is born, he should have 5 uncles. He should have like 3, 4, 5 uncles. Hey, yo, Uncle Tony. Hey, yo, you should have 5 brothers that be like putting into his college fund. You feel me? You should have, you know what I'm saying? So it should be a village around you. What we want to do now, we might have to throw away the old niggas. So we might be standing on our own right now. But in 5 years, after doing what we're saying we're doing in this chat, making sure that we're working on ourselves, self-love, doing everything that we need, we're going to be magnets, and we're going to bring people around. And we're going to make sure that those people that come around stay around, because they are who needs to be around, if that makes sense. And that's why in this time of stillness and this time of loneliness, you're working on your wisdom. You're building your wisdom. You're working on your discernment. your discernment to be able to see red flags. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure that we were all in accordance and understanding with the lone wolf, with the lone wolf narrative that was kind of going.
Man. I swear, I was literally about to say the same thing. But mind you, I was gonna be this one get add to it, right? I have this skill, I have this ability that people have told me so many times. This call is proof of it. I'm a person that brings people together. I love building brotherhood, sisterhood, building that community, just like you said, bro. I don't know what it is about me. I just do it. I just meet people, I build a bond with them, and literally look at what's happening now. We have 11 people on a Zoom call talking about men's mental health, discussing it, going back and
Black
forth.
men, black men at that.
Exactly. With one, actually, let me double check. Okay, yeah, literally, and none of this would be possible if I didn't cultivate friendship with every single person on this call. I didn't build a relationship, a bond with every person on this call. The support that we've been getting is another one because I'm not the type of person that holds in the goodness that I have. I love spreading positivity. I love uplifting people. I love being there for people. I love just being a genuine good person. So yeah, maybe behind closed doors, I'm an only child. I don't have siblings. I keep to myself. But when I go out, I don't know. I just have this energy that I spread, and people look at me like, "This is the guy that to follow. This is the guy to listen to. This is the guy to be around." So definitely, what we should be doing more, just like you said, spread more light, build a community so big and so strong that when we all go to the next stage, when we have families or whatever we're gonna do, we got each other. We ain't got to go outside the circle to find help. We already got a big tight circle right here. And I know for sure, definitely, when that time comes, I'll be ready to support every single one of y'all because this right here is just building on something. It's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get stronger. It's gonna be more beautiful. So my message to not only you guys but to everyone that's listening, even in the times of uncertainty or toxicity, or if you're in your alone time trying to figure everything out, do not hide your light. Spread your light. Let your light fly like an eagle. Let it be so bright that everybody sees it and has to acknowledge it. Because we all have something beautiful inside every single one of us that nobody else can do. We have something special. Maybe everybody doesn't know it yet, but it's there. Because I know I have a good idea of everybody in this call. Everyone in this call is a genuine guy. Real as hell, not fake, no two sides about it. And anyone listens, I said, spread your light. Don't hold your light back because you spread that light and you build that community. And when you need them in that next stage, they'll help you out because people don't forget. Good people don't forget what you do for them. So that's all I got to say about that. Go ahead, on.
I'm trying to find more friends like Darien that's gonna take me to the games, huh? Shit.
Hey man, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be in that joint on Saturday.
What you mean? Darien still ain't told me.
Wait, you are? I might ask y'all to go.
Yes,
I might ask y'all to
sir.
go now. All right,
Yes,
bet.
sir.
That's a bet. Uh-oh.
I mean, shoot, Darien, you knew I
Oh,
couldn't miss.
oh no. Oh no. Oh.
This guy.
Darien, you know I can't miss him whenever them bitch ass Celtics come to town.
Yeah, fuck them niggas. Bro,
No,
the
for real.
Wizards
The
are
Celtics can
blowing
realize.
the Hawks out,
Yeah,
bro.
I was looking at it on my phone, bro. I was like, oh no.
Darien, Atlanta is Atlantaing. They are Atlantaing.
The Hawks are hawking.
Good.
They're pulling in Atlanta.
But let me let Arnold talk.
Good.
Arnold, I know he wanted to say something good. So what we're gonna do? Arnold's gonna talk, and then we're gonna close it out, y'all.
But I'm gonna leave it with this. The way I look at the way I look at friends, they're my family. I don't really have friends no more. You feel me?
Right.
And that goes for everybody in this jump. For y'all already know how I get down. 301 Young, you know. Darien, Sanfa, you know. Ronnie, you know. AJ, you definitely know. Mark, you definitely know. Evan, you definitely know. Smilez, you definitely know. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can always hit me up. Y'all always gonna be my good counselman. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, you know. Another thing I would say is this: a lot of people take, you know, people taking like, you know, a step back or just, you know, disassociating themselves for a little bit as, you know, oh, well, we don't bang with you no more. That's not the case. You feel me? Sometimes you got to get into a place where it's like you got to get in your own bag. You feel me? You got to be Kyrie Irving real quick and get in your Duffy real quick. You know, you got to just like start focusing on yourself, getting your skills together, developing yourself so you can be that person you want to be. Sometimes you got to leave your past self behind so you can actually elevate yourself to a higher level. You know? So that's something that I actually had to do. It's like I had this thought process like, man, if I make it, I got to bring this entire world with me. You feel me? And I was just like, how the hell can I put somebody else on if I ain't even put myself on yet? So I was just like, let me evaluate myself. Let me take the knowledge that I have, pour that into myself, broaden it even more, use these assets I'm tapping into from this school I'm in, start asking people who are way more successful than me and what I want to do, and then get that information and then pour it into somebody else that I'm cool with, that I want to see actually develop, that I want to see actually grow and thrive and get this certain amount of money and or even still, you know what I'm saying? I can be in business with other people. Like now, I'm in the process of getting my own LLC. I'm working on that this week. You know, I've been talking to my mans about that since this Monday. You know, so it's like I'm starting to really bring this thought process that I had since I was in freaking DMV Untitled days to actually make it happen and actually bring it to life, which is having a record label. So you know, like I'm just laying the foundations. But I mean, back to the subject at hand. It's just like find yourself, man. Sometimes you know the vibe that you want to find in other people, you have to have that vibe yourself. Like 301 was saying, you gotta be that guy. Because sometimes you're just not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like other people are not going to want to bang with you because they see some flaws that you got inside of you that you don't even see yourself. So sometimes you just gotta take time to self-reflect and be like, all right, bet, is this something I'm doing? Is that what's really pushing me away from these people? Or is there really a problem? If so, address it. Because sometimes the phone works both ways. If somebody got issue with you, address it. If you feel as though, you know, you're not getting love from a certain person and you know you want to fix that relationship, then put effort into it. And if it's not worth it, then it just isn't worth it. Sometimes you just gotta let people fall off by the wayside. My sandbox, I'm not even cool with him no more. We all went to school with him. We all know who my sandbox is. We're not even cool no more. I don't speak to him. We don't follow each other. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. People fall off. People don't like each other. People hold grudges. People get petty. People get negative. Sometimes you just got to remove that negative energy from your life so you can elevate. How you gonna elevate with dead weight on you, bro? You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I love those points, man. I love those points, man. It reminds me of this sermon that Mike Todd just had. He was like, man, sometimes when you have vision, you can't even fuck with certain people no more, son. Sometimes when you have vision, you can't even fuck with certain people no more. You can't even be around certain people no more. You might say something that really might be something, and they like, nah, they can't. It's like that. Sometimes aligning with purpose requires you to, I love Kada, what Kada said, leave your old self behind so you can achieve newer self. You know what I'm saying? Leave your old self behind so people can see your newer self and give that new self an opportunity to create those bonds. Going to what Sanfa was saying. You know what I'm saying? I just love that whole point right there. You know what I'm saying? I just loved it. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to say that too. I had another point, but I forgot. You already know how it is, man.
Damn it, 301, you stop smoking that daggone weed.
You already know what it is, man. I need to stop smoking.
Oh, man. Stay off the weed.
Stephen A.
Down, man.
Damn it, Stephen A.
Oh
Out
man.
there smoking that devil's weed.
It's more God. That's the boy. What you doing there, boy? Man, me on what you doing, boy? To quit all that smoking there, boy. You started to lose your dog there, boy.
What?
Come on now.
Ain't no one
Why the
talking to
hell
you.
you started with the nonsense on the pod,
Don't call me
sir?
Billy Bob. Don't call me Billy Bob.
Oh
You
my
done doing what you're
God.
supposed to. Tell what that boy
Bro.
do. Smoke that joint.
We
Tell
not
that
doing
boy do
this.
one. Smoke that joint.
Here
Boy,
we
listen to
go.
that.
Here we go.
No.
All right.
Whew.
Okay,
It's all good.
okay.
He's okay.
Okay.
Does
Boom,
anyone have
gang.
anything to say before we close out? Any final remarks?
Yeah, I'll say one thing. The moral of the story of all this is love yourself and keep your circle good and be the vibe you want to be around. Be
Yes,
the
sir.
change you want to see. All that good stuff. Yes, sir. Love yourself, respect yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Drops
sir.
mic.
And that's all.
Church ism. Same
Drops mic. Drops
Exactly.
the fucking mic.
Oh man, this was great. This was awesome.
Love yourself.
We all brought it.
Make sure you wash your drawers. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God, this
Church.
That's very important though.
Whoa.
Some niggas probably don't.
No, that's
Coming in that
important.
bitch
You don't
boofing
want
though.
dirty balls.
Nah, see, bro.
Hey,
Bro. Niggas do
make
be
sure you
boofing
put
out here.
yourself
Trust
first,
me.
man. Make sure you
Nah,
put yourself first.
At
Put
work, I
yourself
be
first.
smelling it, bro. It's sad. Nah, bro, that's some real shit. Wash your
Dirty
drawers, people.
ass faces.
Like some of y'all niggas are too fucking big to not be washing drawers. I'm just saying.
Bro,
Shit carries.
Better yet, change your drawers.
Yeah,
Hey, yo,
I
how
like
did we
that.
get
Hey,
here?
just stank your jaws.
Hey,
How
not
did-
us grown
how did
men
we-
over here talking about niggas.
How did we
drawers.
get here, bro?
Get some new ones, player.
Hey,
The
bro.
douchey
We
jaws.
talking about, we
Hey,
talking
it's
about
real
Stacey
shit.
panties,
It's
not niggas drawers, man. What the fuck?
How you gonna get her to take
Hey,
off
it's
her
real
drawers?
shit.
Stacey
Hey,
panties.
self-care is important. Hey, we're talking about self-care. Hey, that's important, bro.
Hey, that is self-care. It's the little things. Little things matter.
Fuck going on with
Nah,
Stacey,
bro,
son?
Oh my God, bro! You can't be You can't be at this age. Like we all in our mid-20s, bro. You can't be walking around with the dookie draws, bro. I'm
Bro,
sorry,
we don't know
man.
what people doing out
Smell
here,
good.
man.
Smell good. Ain't nobody don't want to smell that
And
nasty.
wash behind your ears.
I saw that.
Tight and white.
Hey,
in the good words of Quavo, wrap it up then.
Bro,
Yo, this man just dropped the Quavo.
We done here.
I like how unserious this shit is.
Hey yo, bro, let me end this. We're over here dying laughing till midnight, y'all. Anyway, thank you everybody that tuned in. This was great. I thank everybody for hopping on. This was great, lovely, wonderful conversation, and this will continue because, like I told you, we're gonna be doing monthly roundtables. The next one is accountability.
Man, hit me for that one.
Man, hold them accountable for not washing their drawers.
Hey, good night, bro.
Hey, good night. With that being said, good night.
With that being said, we out. Catch us next month. Accountability, and we are fucking done. Y'all niggas are done.
Yo, bro.